This is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live this evening, ready for another edition of Across the Board. Man, we got some serious questions in our chat already tonight. We're going to be talking about the booster insurance. Man, that's a phenomenon to me to think that there's going to be universities out there that's going to be able to pay for insurance in order to cover for the fact that a player that they have signed on an NIL deal might get injured. But this is basketball, of course, and then be able to recoup whatever money that they probably would have lost if this player was not able to play. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Also, the coaching carousel. We see a lot of coaches in the college ranks that have been fired, that have been losing their jobs. Even though they're getting these big old buyouts, there's still going to be a lot of coaches that got to fill those shoes. So if one coach jumps from one team to another, then that means that team that he left, they got to find a coach in the wing. So that's going to be very interesting. We're going to have that discussion about that as well, along with the NBA is starting off tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And the best and the worst teams in the NFL. I happen to be a Tennessee Titan fan, so you already know where my conversation might go when it comes to the worst team in the NFL. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I really want to appreciate everyone who has been supporting our channel, WTP Sports Dudes, Level Up Sports Team, FanDuel Zaya's podcast, the Post Game 86 podcast, the Blitzburg podcast, along with City League TV. We want to thank everybody for all that you've done for us. We've reached one of our milestones where we needed to reach 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, and we've reached that goal. So now we're able to receive super chats from anyone who is out there in the audience in the chat. If they want to send a super chat, they're more than welcome to do so. Also, if you do send a super chat with a question, then that means that your question goes to the front of the line, and we'll be obligated to answer your question, whatever it may be. Of course, around the realm of sports, of course. So we want to thank you for that, for allowing us to reach that milestone. Our next milestone is 4,000 watch hours. So we got to get a little less than 1,000 more watch hours in order to reach that goal. I see my man FanDuel Zaya has jumped in the channel with us tonight. How you doing, FanDuel Zaya?
I'm good. What's up with you, family? You all right?
I'm good. How you feeling this evening? Are you at work, and how's things going there? Oh, maybe you had to click out real quick. Well, anyway, we want to get into this discussion.
Say it again. I had to get
Oh,
off that
okay.
terrible Wi-Fi, man. That Wi-Fi
Oh,
around here crazy.
oh, okay. I was just making sure, checking on you, just to make sure you was good.
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. It's always a banger.
Always a banger. Always a banger. Uh, let's get into some of the questions that we got out there in the chat this evening, and then go through all of these questions that we have. Our man Mossberg of Level Up Sports Team wants to know: NBA action tips off tonight. Are there any storylines that you will be watching closely? You got any storylines
Yeah,
out there you will be watching closely?
yeah, man. We ain't had a repeated champion for like 7 years or so in the NBA. The Thunder is still one of the youngest teams in the NBA. It's gonna be real interesting to see if they could double up. Um, I mean, they young. All they got is about 24, 25. It looked like a prime opportunity to do it, but the West is the West. It's always the Wild Wild West. Anything can happen in the West. I was just tapped into that tip off. They playing the Rockets. The energy high. It's ring night. Um, But also, the storyline of the aging stars that's around the league, and the baton being switched. I want to see if these guys can still perform at the high level. Your Steph Curry's of the world, your LeBron Jameses, your Kevin Durant's, Kawhi Leonard's of the world. Giannis is getting up there. I want to see if one of these guys can make one more push. And get a chip going out at the end of their careers. I think these guys are all still talented brothers, but these is the storylines. Who's going to be uh, the new young superstar to pop this year? Uh, the rookie race. The rookie race looked like it's going to be very interesting with Edgecombe over there in Philadelphia. Then you got the Bailey kid in Utah, and of course we know the number one pick Cooper Flag. He's playing on the Dallas Maverick team that might have championship aspirations. So I'm looking forward to the rookie race. It's a lot of storylines. You can go a lot of different ways in the NBA, man. It's so much entertainment. Uh, and I'm a Laker fan, so what we gonna do? I want to know what we gonna do too.
Yeah, yeah. We also got our man T1 of City League TV, somebody else
What it do, Zay?
joining us this evening as
What
well.
up?
How
What
you
up?
doing this evening?
What's cracking? What's cracking?
Yeah, we started off with our first question, T1, of are there any storylines out there in the NBA since it tips off tonight that you're going to be watching closely this season in the NBA?
Um, can these young dogs repeat? That's all I need to know. Can these young dogs repeat? Because I was watching them receive their rings and just watching how excited they were. And they are young and they are extremely talented. They're extremely long. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And of course, I was upset. Like I'm looking like that's supposed to be us. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I like to know if these young dogs can do it again, and it's wide open for them.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see if they can do it as well because that's really one of the main storylines out there, along with Vandals had mentioned the older guys going out. They're getting a little bit older. Are there going to be some younger guys who are going to be able to carry that torch when the likes of a LeBron James, a Kevin Durant, a Steph Curry, and some of those players of that caliber, when they decide to go ahead and hang it all up in the next couple of years, do they got a group of young players who are going to be able to carry the mantle and keep things rolling in the NBA? I'm looking forward to that. And I really want to see if there's somebody in the East or if there's a group of teams in the East that could possibly make the East a little bit more competitive than what it's been in the past.
Oh, the East is competitive. So you gotta remember with I mean, you may not think it's too big, but Miles Turner going to Milwaukee is a huge pickup for them.
Yeah, it is. Orlando got Desmond Bain. That was a huge pickup for them and their young core.
Yeah, not bad. And then you still have Cleveland, and you have a nice young Detroit team, and Philly. You still got them, and Boston. You still going so it's a young Charlotte team. It's some Wizards. It's some young stuff over there in the East, and it's some young players out here. I'm excited to see who's going to take that next step because I think that's what you're going to see this year. You're going to see some players take that next step to get into position for these OGs that about to get up out of here.
Yeah, I don't think we should sleep on the Toronto Raptors either out there, man. I like what they building.
Yeah, it's going to be some good ball, man.
Jet Life says, shout out his Knicks.
Hey,
Man,
New
y'all
York,
ain't never
New York, New
y'all,
York. Hey, listen here. They're in the mix. They're a playoff team. You can't talk about New York as if they're not a playoff team and they're not expected to get back to the playoffs.
hey, T1. I've been telling my
So,
brother that they ain't won nothing forever. He
hey,
know this.
they almost like Michigan. Like they ain't. When do they win? And you got all these fans. but it's all good.
Hey, he's a Cowboy and a Knick fan. He's been going through misery
At
longer
least
than
the Cowboys,
anybody.
Cowboys got some 80 or what is that? Late early 90s or late 80s?
They
Early
have some
90s,
early 90s. They have some early
early
90s.
90s, like 91, 92 stuff. Yeah. So
Sure, for sure. What are y'all looking forward to out of your team that you root for this season?
Yeah, I'm looking for young Luca, man. Like first enter the season. I mean, entering the league, Luca. You know, he dropped all that weight. I want to see if it helps him become more explosive. I don't really think we're gonna be able to make no noise this year, um, just because I think it's hard to just play with LeBron. Period. A lot of people got to change their game. I don't think we're gonna be able to do nothing until we kind of construct that team around Luca. But man, I'm just looking forward to Luca. Let me see what I also want to see if Marcus Smart got anything left in the tank. You know, I thought that was a kind of key pickup if he can kind of return the form of maybe we can do something. You know, once we get a fully healthy team. But Marcus Smart, I'm gonna keep my eye on him as well.
yeah, I'm just looking for my Cavaliers to take that next step. No, I'm quite sure they were looking at Oklahoma City receive these rings tonight, and I'm hoping that it motivates them even more, which I'm quite sure it does, just like it does all the other NBA teams that searching for that championship this year. But I'm just looking for them to make the next step. You know, our team is so complete. We really didn't have to make like a whole lot of moves or anything, and we have some young guys coming in that's going to complement everything that we do. So I'm just looking for my Cavaliers to take that next step and make it out that Eastern Conference.
T1, do
Yeah.
you think y'all need to trade Darius Garland?
I don't. I don't. There's no reason to. But if it was some type of friction, I will say yes, absolutely. Go ahead, trade him. We can get a nice little piece for him. But I like him. I like him. We just need to take that next step from Mitchell all the way down. Like Mitchell needs to take that next step too. You know, I'm quite sure he has some nightmares about some things that happened in the playoffs last year that you know keep him up at night.
What made you
Quite
throw
sure.
that question out there, Fan Jose?
Because it's becoming a big guard league. He's kind of on the smaller side, and I feel like teams attacking when it gets later in the season. And they picked up Lonzo Ball. I'm thinking maybe you could add a wing and another big to that roster, and just go ahead and let Lonzo play next to Mitchell. And I feel like that backcourt is more suitable together.
No, we good. We good with Lonzo. Like for now until he can stay healthy because I'm waiting to see what that looked like. Because if you know Lonzo, you know that he's a very, very high IQ basketball player. And he's really, really good and talented. You know what I mean? So I'm even looking forward to see how, that works out. I pray that he stays healthy. And we just need to take that next step. That's it. I mean, we're right there. We just have to take that next step and cross over to those teams who play great on a consistent basis.
Hey man, that the science is out of this world, man. They gave him a whole brand new knee. The ligaments and everything. They put
Yeah,
new ligaments in his knee from another person.
yeah, it's real.
What?
Yeah, he got some. He got
Yeah,
somebody else's ligament.
he got the real deal now. He should be good.
It's
He should be
crazy.
good.
Wow. Sports medicine is blowing my mind, bro. Blowing my mind. All I know is for my Philadelphia 76ers, man, is they're going to have to win some games if they want me to tune in. That's all I can say.
That's
I'm
how you
not tuning
feel.
in. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. Listen, I'm a Philadelphia Sixer fan who has not had a championship since 1983. 1983, bro.
That's
1983.
misery.
That is misery. Misery, bro. So I'm already upset at the fact that they didn't off Embiid, man, and that's probably something that they should have done a
You
long
wanted
time
them
ago.
to get rid of Embiid?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Hey,
man.
listen. I think you don't have enough excitement about your team. Y'all have
I,
a nice young core.
like
You
Philly.
know, yeah,
Like
listen,
y'all have
listen,
a
listen.
chip. I
They made
like
some
Philly.
moves. They made some moves in the offseason that got me wanting to be excited. But I got to see a little something first before.
Sound like a Cleveland Browns fan, bro.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, I don't. I'm too excited about college football as it is, and we already got two losses. I can't afford to get all in on the NBA too. My Titans are horrible. I can't, man. I can't take that, man. I can't take that, bro.
But
So
Philly
I'm gonna
good.
have to
But
stay
Philly
away from it.
good though. Philly good though. I got mad respect for Philly, and
Also,
just going into it right now, I say Philly has just as good of a chance to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals than anybody else.
I hope
So
you're
I don't
right.
know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I hope you're right.
With a healthy Embiid, yeah.
Am
I
I?
hope you're right.
Yeah. Okay. I know I ain't
All I'm
tripping. Am I
saying is
tripping, Zay?
Philadelphia.
Nah, nah. If Embiid can play, put it
Because
like
I
this.
like so. I think no. I think Rob tripping, man. You
I
tripping
might
on your
be.
team right now.
I might
You
be.
can't
I
go into
might
the
be.
season like that, bro.
If Embiid can
Man,
play 55 games this year, they could be a top 4 or 5 seed.
Yeah, say you worried about that. Say you worried about him getting hurt. Don't act like your team ain't dope, man.
hey man, listen. I need them to go out there and make me excited about watching them. Otherwise, I will not be tuning in.
I feel you.
Man, that VJ Edgecombe is box office. You gonna get excited watching
That's
him
what
play.
I'm saying. Like he tripping on his own squad, man.
I ain't
What's up,
tripping on him.
Rob?
I ain't tripping on him. I ain't tripping on him,
Man,
bro.
come on, bro.
I need a reason to watch them because once I get all in, bro, I don't like the man. You know how many seasons they done broke my heart, bro? Come on, man.
I get it. I'm a Browns and Bengals fan. I mean, I get it. You're talking to me like, dog. I know all about losing.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll do something
That's
with you. Our man, post game of the post game 86 podcast wants to know who is the worst team in the NFL right now after 7 weeks of football?
Ooh.
It's not even close. It's the Jets.
The
I was
Jets.
thinking about the Jets too,
It's
and
the
even
Jets,
their
bro.
defense is garbage. So, ooh,
They can't even throw for more than 50 yards in a game, man. It's the
they
Jets.
are horrible.
Wow, I didn't think about the Jets. I was gonna say the New Orleans Saints because I didn't want to put my Titans in that
Now
position.
The Saints have beat the Jets.
Oh, the
They
Saints beat the Jets already?
Bro,
no, I
the
said
Jets
they
cannot.
could. I
The
said the
Jets can't
Saints
get
could beat
100
the
yards.
Jets.
They can't get 100 yards in the air, man. I'm telling you, they
But
look
they
like a
don't
high
even
school football team.
like not only can they not block, but like they don't even try to throw long balls or nothing. I don't know what the world they be like. It's just it doesn't look nice. And the defense is not what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was one of the top defenses in all the NFL just 2 years ago, and last year they fell off a little bit, and now they're not looking good at all. So when you have an offense and a defense not looking good, and you can't hold water in a paper bag, they look horrible. So I'm going with the Jets.
Wow, they came out smoking against the Steelers on the first game, man, but they did nothing since.
They
Nothing.
0-7 with
They
that.
0 and
Like,
7. Oh well, yeah.
yeah.
That's the bad thing because they were supposed to beat the Steelers, and then we had to say, okay, so what does that look for the next game? You know what I mean? Like, do they have any momentum going? And they haven't won a game since. And that was their best looking game.
Yeah, they stole the number one seed from y'all. Number one pick from y'all. That's what it looked like they doing right now.
Yeah, cause man, I thought for sure we was gonna be a lock to get that again. Um, but I mean, we still will probably be in the top 3 or 4, which is cool too, because we already got a quarterback. So we ain't looking for one of those. Do y'all think the Jets would draft a quarterback after giving our man 40 million?
Absolutely. They'll
Oh yeah,
draft a quarterback
yeah. They
because you
they
don't.
they knew it was a gamble.
Yeah, I don't think you have to play the quarterback you draft right away.
Oh, okay, okay. Paulie
And I
Poe said
and
we
I
miss our
agree because you
quarterback.
don't. And I don't know which one of these quarterbacks coming out is like ready to just go into the fire. Because we all know college football is very different than the NFL, and you can, in the right system and in the right conference with the right schedule, you can look fabulous as a quarterback, as we see right now. With multiple quarterbacks doing great things out here. But uh,
Yeah, man, I wasn't thinking about the Jets. I was thinking about the Saints, but I'm glad y'all pointed that out that the Jets are as horrible as they are. Now I don't feel so bad about my Titans being 1-6. Um, but I think we got a solid enough quarterback that if we get the right pieces around him, the right system, we could be okay. Because I think Cam Ward can be a really good quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know. The Jets might beat y'all, bro.
They might.
The
Well, now that we
Jets
got
might beat y'all.
Javon,
So then we have to think about the head to head. But
yeah,
just looking and saying the worst, they don't even have a win, so they're getting that hands down. That's all. That's all them. And the best they looked all season was a loss. Yeah,
I want
I'm
to see how Tyrod Taylor looked this week, though. Because the problem is they can't throw the football. Like you can't muster 100 yards, bro.
Tyrod Taylor is still in the league, bro.
But bro,
Man,
their
he's
line
good.
sucks, dog. Their line, the Jets, like I've watched them, like dog, they're straight booty. Like the Bengals line, you know what I mean? Like what are y'all? They're booty. Like they can't block. It's hard to do anything when you're running for your life and you don't have time for nothing. If that receiver is covered in that first, 1-2 seconds to where it ain't you just got it and you can let it go, ain't nothing you can do. And then you get hearing people talk about holding on to the ball and stuff, but that line is bad. Any quarterback is good when they can just sit there in the pocket, read the defense, and throw the ball. And uh Bills doesn't have the opportunity to do that at all. And it's bad. It looks bad. He looks bad. That's
So
why
you're
he.
saying so they're Justin Fields for Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my God!
yeah,
This,
yeah. So they saying it's him. So they gonna
that's
throw Tyrod out there, and unless that line do something different, and or they find some type of running game or something, because the running game isn't doing anything either. Like nothing is working in New York.
wow.
So it's definitely gonna be an interesting game to see.
All right, well, let's switch over, man. Parlay Poe of the Blitzburg podcast. Is there a group of teams in the NFL that you think are playing the best football right now?
I know those Seahawks just looked very, very impressive yesterday. I know that much. They look really, really good. Although they had some turnover issues and things like that, but um, I anybody I'm impressed by, not really. It's hard for me to say right now.
Yeah, I don't think NFL teams be playing their best ball right now. I think it's a
Yeah,
little more time in the season that need to take place. But if I had to name who I think is the best team in the NFL right now, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs, man. You know, I mean, they've been owning the NFL for a while. For real. That's a dynasty right now. You know, they're in the midst of the dynasty still. So, say the Chiefs. You got a new vet? Three
What
of
y'all
them.
think about the Colts? You don't think the Colts is good?
They right there. They right there. Top three for me. Yeah, they right there.
and we're early right now, so we're gonna need a little bit. We're gonna need a little bit more time before we get too excited about some of these teams, and that's probably why I'm probably not able to hop out there like that, and that's probably why Zay took a team who doesn't have nowhere near the best record in the NFL right now for somebody to say, hey, that's my top team. But he just looking at it as what it is. And I really don't see anybody sticking far out right.
Okay. Well, let's switch over to a little bit of college football news. With several really good coaching job vacancies available, how crazy can this offseason coaching carousel get?
It's very, very crazy. Very crazy. It's more jobs that's gonna open. Like it's going to get really, really crazy. And then it's like, who are you going to get? So are universities about to start getting big names? You know what I mean? Are they going to start pulling coaches from certain places or whatever or whatnot? Because there's some big, big jobs out there that's paying big, big money. So yeah, it's the coaching circus is going to be just like the portal circus.
Yeah, I don't. We gonna see some movement because there's a couple jobs open, but this off season, maybe sometime between bowl game and the regular season, in between that time frame, that's when you're gonna see all the fireworks. Because that's gonna be the time where you gotta get your guy in. They need to correlate their coaching staff, and then they gotta hit that trail. So I mean, we're gonna see some big moves right now, but I'm telling you, a few months from now, that's when everything is gonna be popping off left and right.
Man,
Yeah,
it's going to be nuts because if you think about it, Florida, you think they're going to hire a dude who doesn't have a job? They're going to try to pluck somebody from somewhere who already got a job, which means that job is going to come vacant. I mean, where is James Franklin going to fall? You think he's not going to find him another job? And another question with that: if James Franklin finds a job next season, do they still got to pay him that buyout?
No,
I
they only
think
got to
I
fight.
think
They only
school where he goes to have to come up off some bread because he's still gonna get some bread. I think the school that hires him have to come up with some bread to make all of that work. I believe. I believe because he's still gonna get some bread. But if somebody hires him, that school then is gonna have to pay like a little bit something towards that buyout.
Oh, okay,
what,
okay. I see.
from what I understand, that um, if he gets a new job, they don't owe him none of the buyout. Or he
Really.
get well, I think he might get a piece of the buyout. You're right, he might get a piece of the
I'm
buyout, but
saying,
it
yeah.
ain't the
I'm
50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It won't. I don't think it would. Well, I almost know it won't be the 50. But whatever the case, that new school gonna have to get in on it, and then they're gonna have to make everything right that way. But it ain't no that. Yeah, he don't get none of it. I don't think it's that at all. Well, it's not that because
I
that
think it depends on his new contract,
the contract
whatever the
he's
new
doing is
contract is.
guaranteed. Yeah,
Yeah, Paulie Poe saying Why you think Jimbo don't have a job? Because of that buyout. The fact that if he gets another job, they may not have to pay all of that buyout money. And I
Yeah,
know when Texas
yeah.
fired
They
Tom
they won't.
Herman, yeah, he couldn't get him another job. I mean, if he got another job, they didn't have to pay him none of that buyout money, which was only like $24 million at that time. So he didn't work or get him a head coaching job for about 3 or 4 years. Uh, but he was able to get an analyst job, and he was able to go coach a little bit in the NFL too. So I guess the NFL doesn't affect that buyout if you go coach there. I guess I'm not 100% sure about that, but that would be wild if he still was able to get that money and had him another job, which I don't think it works that way. He might
But he
get
probably
some
make more money. He probably make more money not coaching and just taking
not
his
coaching.
buyout.
Yeah, yeah, facts. That's why Jimbo Fisher, what Paulie Paul said, that's why Jimbo Fisher ain't trying to coach nowhere. He's trying to go ahead and collect that free money.
Yeah, yeah. Why? What I need to go do something for when I got whatever $1 million coming in every single year, and I
Yeah,
don't have to do nothing.
right, right. Yeah, that's
Enjoy
a fact.
life.
That's a fact. Anything else y'all want to mention about the coaching carousel?
Yeah,
I
where
just
y'all
think
think,
it's gonna be wild because Heartline's name coming up, his name coming up and stuff now. So we'll see.
yeah, where do y'all think Franklin gonna end up right now?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Florida is their he's their second option, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect fit for him right now with a place that's open.
Either one of them, yeah. Florida, that's open, yeah. Florida, that'll be a nice spot.
I think he fit Virginia Tech though.
Yeah,
You can
if
do
I was
that
saying,
easy and be in the ACC. That's why I be trying to go to the
yeah,
ACC. I be trying to go somewhere where I could build my powerhouse and get my automatic ride to the damn playoffs. And the ACC is the place for him to go, or the Big 12. Don't go to no SEC team or no another Big 10 team. You know who run that. So go get one of these conferences where you can continue doing what you've been doing, and go build a powerhouse somewhere and do your thing.
Oh man, go ahead and hit
parlay
that link,
post.
man.
He said he said
What's that?
Heartline.
What's that?
He said Heartline to Otterbein.
Uh,
uh,
Do y'all think Heartline will go somewhere?
nah,
he interviewed for what? What job was that last year? He interviewed for West Virginia.
Well, Pitt, one of them. It was
He
either Pitt
he interviewed he interviewed for somebody last year. I don't know if he was just testing the water out or if he for real, because if he's for real, he can go somewhere. But if he just Buckeye through and through, and he is like about 10 years younger than Coach Day, and he just want to wait his turn and get this spot, because we paying him get good money, and I'm quite sure we'll give him some more to stay. They throwing money out there now. We can pay him what he worth. You know, so we're gonna see though.
yeah, I don't think it'd be wise for him to go nowhere right now.
We
I
wouldn't.
think, yeah, I think he just need to learn how to be a coordinator first. And you got all the tools and the weapons to figure
Yeah,
out how to become a great coordinator.
a
You
Chip
can
Kelly.
all, yeah, you win a championship at Ohio State, man. A lot of jobs will open up for you.
Yeah, that's automatic.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should coach at Ohio State at the offensive coordinator spot for at least another maybe 2 or 3 more years, maybe, and then maybe consider going somewhere else. Because he gonna remain to be a hot commodity. Because it's not like Ohio State's offense is going to fall off. So he's
Right.
going to be a commodity uh, in a couple of years still. So he got time to wait. He got
Right,
time.
because people forget that we was wide receiver U before he got there too. It's just still going, and we're just still getting those. We're just now maybe getting some more higher ranked receivers, but we've been sending wide receivers to the NFL since I've been watching Ohio State. So, like you said, it's not like if he left, we would have some type of drop off at the wide receiver position. I don't even think we would. I don't even think we really would lose recruits unless he was going to wherever their home state was or whatever, whatnot. But the Ohio State brand, it's a brand, and it doesn't matter the coach. The players are coming.
Anything else y'all want to add about that coaching carousel before we go to the last question that we got in here, and then we'll talk about some other stuff if y'all like.
I'm good.
FanDuel Zaya wants to know booster insurance. What is it? Is it a move in the right direction in the world of NIL when we're talking about college basketball? What's y'all's thoughts about that question? And can you give us a little bit of background information on that FanDuel Zaya?
It's just basically insurance. It's them. They're throwing this money to these kids for these NIL deals, and then a kid gets injured and they're no longer playing. So it's something like now that money is insured and they can pull that money out from that player and put it over to another player or do whatever they like to do with it. But it's insured. But the said player still gets their money.
Yeah.
Even if they get hurt, they still get their money. But now the boosters who's ever investing, if they get injured, it sounds like they get to pull that money out and put it somewhere else, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, I understand, okay, you get to pull it out, but I would be like, all right, you got to wait till next year to be able to use this or whatever, whatnot. But it sounds like just one of their little gangster moves that they do, here in America and with American sports.
Yeah.
The
I
money
think
thing.
it's a win-win. I think it's a win-win for all parties involved.
It is.
You give
It is.
you
Nobody
get
loses.
you get a booster. Yeah, you get a boosters a peace of mind for their investment. The player still make his money, and can't think that so like everybody on the roster is gonna get hurt. I feel like the money too. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win for everybody as well. I mean, it's about time. I wonder if it's going to have an opportunity to trickle down to football as violent as football is. Will it ever get a chance to? Of course, the premium going to be a lot higher, but I wonder if it'll ever get down to that point because we've already seen college football players be able to get out insurance on themselves as far as getting injured. So I'm quite sure eventually that's going to take place too at the football level. I just like to know how much that premium going to be.
Basketball is 3%.
30,000. I think it said it was 30,000 on a. I want to say if they. I want to say if it was like one of their little $1 million contracts or something, it was like 30,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
3%.
basketball,
It was high. It was 30,000 for how much ever.
a
It said
million.
30,000.
Our man Joe Check said, "How many years y'all give the board?"
Man, it looked like the board heating up.
Yeah,
You know
look
what I
like
mean? He get to the playoff this year. His seat done cooled all the way down. I don't think they need to win it all, but you gotta put your name in the hat more often than not at Alabama. So he make it to the playoffs. I mean, he only been there 2 years. 1 year he made it. 1 year he was right on the outskirts. I think he all right.
Yeah, unless they just nosedive and just lose like two out of their next three or something. But I don't see that happening. I think he's safe.
Yeah, after they had lost to Alabama and what they did last year, I thought his days was going to be numbered because of that Alabama fan base. It's not going to stand for that, but he done turned that thing all the way around. They're probably the best team in the SEC right now, and I think that he's safe for now. As long as the wheels don't fall off of it, he should be good going forward. So I think he's gonna be there for a minute because he's a really, really good coach. I think he's starting to get the players that he wants. He has a really good recruiting class coming in this year. Um, so I think he's gonna be all right. Now, if he mess around and miss on a quarterback though, he might have some issues. But right now he's pretty good. Anything else y'all want to cover? We're right at 42 minutes. We want to try to go at least an hour. So we got about 18 more minutes out there. Anything else y'all want to cover?
Hey, what about that NIL for the high schoolers in Ohio now?
Speak on that a little bit so we can talk about it.
Hey, for right now, I mean, of course they can come and snatch it away as Ohio will do. They'll, you know, let something slip through or come through, and then they'll come and say, "Nah, we're too conservative for that. We're not going to do that." But as of right now, the high schoolers are able to sign NIL deals here in Ohio, and that's one of probably the main reason. But as far as what I've heard, one of the reasons why King Kendrick from Northland left and went to high school in North Carolina, I believe it is, because Ohio didn't have an NIL. So now Ohio does. So we're going to see how that goes. That's going to be very interesting.
What's your thoughts on the FanDuel, Zay?
Yeah, it was inevitable. You know what I mean? You got Jameer Brown, Ohio State commit #1 receiver. He in the courts right now with him. Uh, man, there's too many kids out here with talent to be whole. Maybe you need stipulations saying, okay, they don't need to accept or be able to accept payments until maybe their senior year or something. Maybe it need to be a stipulation, maybe 16. I don't know. Whatever the consensus think it's okay to start receiving NIL payments. I'm not the one to judge on that. But to say no at all, nah, man, this a different time, bro. Y'all stopping people from getting money, and this is America. It's never been in a place where you could stop people from getting
Right,
money.
right. I mean, I was 8 years old, cutting grass, raking leaves,
You know what I'm saying? I was shoveling snow, T1.
shoveling snow,
I wasn't
pumping
doing none of
gas,
that.
pumping gas right there at what was that gas station right there? No, Bonded. That was
Bonded,
right next to
bonded.
the medical center.
Yeah, bonded.
Bonded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I used to pump gas right there. Make me a good 250, $3. Go get me some candy and from Custer Brothers and bang out.
Man, $3 went a long way then.
Long way back then.
I
You're
had
right.
shortbread cookies, Mike and Ike's, now later, uh, 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 everything, man. I was balling.
I wasn't no hustler like that, bro. I wasn't no hustler like
Oh
that.
yeah, I was. Hey, I was out there. I was out there, dog.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Do y'all think now that this if just say if every state adopts NIL for high school players, let's say if it's just only for their senior year, do you think that will stop some of these players from reclassifying and wanting to go to the college ranks early, skipping their senior year? like we seen. I believe did Ryan Williams do that last year
I
or
don't
the
know
year
if you can do
before?
some
Yeah,
only for
Ryan
senior
Williams did.
years.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do some no only for the senior year stuff though.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll fly anywhere. Because if you're gonna do it, you just got to do it.
I like the senior year rule just because I think the people it evens the playing field because the people with the longer pockets, if you telling them they could offer a kid a scholarship sophomore year and then start paying them, you know, that- the people with the longest pockets are
It's
always
over
gonna get
with
the players
anyway.
still.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It's over with anyway. Big bank gonna win anyway, so it don't matter.
Well, I mean that's
It don't
true,
matter.
but they really gonna
It
always
don't
win
even
if it's sophomore year. Uh, I'm saying, what a
big
14 or 15-year-old gonna do with 100K though, T1?
man. I don't see no. I mean, you don't have to be somebody else to get 100K. I don't see that type of stuff coming. You
So
know,
we might
like
as well just say
look,
senior
look,
year.
look. XK about to sign their first player to an NIL.
Hey, but reclassifying is never going to stop because what reclassifying does is it gets you a year closer to the ultimate goal of playing at the highest level. Reclassification is always going to be a thing.
Yeah, I believe it's always going to be a thing. I would like to see some of these states go ahead and institute NIL for high school players so we can maybe slow it down a little bit. Um, right now, I think you're seeing the best high school athletes making it happen, and they getting in college and they're doing really really well, especially at skill positions like the wide receiver position. That's where you see a lot of it coming from. You might see a little bit of it coming at the quarterback position, um, but I don't think you're gonna see too many offensive and defensive linemen maybe doing it. They might their bodies might not be quite ready for that because a lot of times they got to get into that college weight room and eating habits and all of that before they really are really ready to play. You get some players on the line that are ready to come in there and do some damage, but for the most part, they got to get their bodies right. Usually, those skilled players they already have the speed and the skill to get out there and play early. So we'll have to wait and see on that, man. Parlay Post saying that somebody have to control the kids' money.
Oh,
You
you just
definitely
have to
got
jump
to have
in.
somebody that's in their corner that can make sure that they don't go overboard, man. Because I remember when that crack epidemic hit, man, and being in high school, how some of the high school ballers, man, they would they was wilding out, bro. They was
Look, you gonna
wilding
have the
out.
parents. Look, Rob. You gonna have the parents controlling the money, and now for real, the parents the crazy ones. But some of these parents is the crazy ones. They wild, man.
Yeah,
It's some, it's some, it's some wild young parents out here. You know what I mean? And they have some athletic kids, and I have to wonder. And will Ohio be like one of those states to say, "Hey, we're gonna do this NIL, but we're gonna put a cap on this. We ain't let nobody get. Nobody's gonna make over this much amount of money per year." I can see Ohio doing something like that.
yeah. You almost
You
got to
know, you
protect
know.
them from themselves, man. Go ahead, Fando.
I'm gonna say, one thing we do need though. We need a committee, man, that's going to decide. Like, okay, you see AJ DeBanster, he goes for 37 rebounds, 3 assists. His first exhibition game against a power Big Ten school. There's no reason why that kid should have to go to college, bro. Like, he should just be straight to the NBA. He should have been in the NBA
Who you
draft.
play for?
He played for BYU. He was the number
Oh,
one player out of
I
high
thought he
school,
did that
6'9".
BYU. That's what he did.
Man, 6'9", T1, 230 already. He just looked different. You could tell he deserves to be on the NBA court right now. And I feel like it need to be a committee in college too, to where yeah, I understand some of these dudes are physically, ready to go into the NFL, but you can't tell me Jeremiah Smith ain't ready for the NFL. It need to be a committee that bypasses the rules for certain individuals, man. Because I think it's just a waste of time and it's a big risk
It
to
is.
not be given to their money, man.
But they get money now.
Yeah, but the
So
NFL money will never
fine.
compare to when we talking about these kids that we bypassing. The NIL will never compare to the type of money they will get for being a first round draft pick.
It compares to the players who came before them that had to just go to school for free and get a handshake and a little $1,000 stipend. It's way
Yeah,
better
but
now
my but
making $4 million a year. I know everybody ain't making it, but the top players are 1,000,000, 800,000, 500,000. The players before them wish they could have made that. Man, they doing good. They better make that money and wait their turn. 3 years. Now y'all really ain't no reason for nobody to leave and go early. Do your 3 years. Make your what Jeremiah gonna make about $10 million by the time he get up out of here. Man, come on. His bank account already gonna be nice when he get drafted.
you could say that.
Top five going to the
You,
NFL.
yeah, but you could say that. But my whole point is his signing bonus, if he was in the NFL draft after this year, will be 25 million. You talking about 15 extra $1 million.
But he's not eligible, and since he's not eligible,
And
he's still
that's why I said we need that was my point. And that's my point. You just proved my point of my statement. And that's why I said we need a committee that will bypass some of these kids because they are ready. He's ready. He was ready when he stepped on campus.
But this is the NFL minor league. They need for these students to stay in college for 3 years. This is the NFL minor league. You're not getting up out of here before 3 years. We need you to stay in here for 3 years, get developed, and then come over. We need to make sure that this college product is good too. Because if we start taking freshmen and sophomores up out of college, now college sports is going down. And now you're having some real live big upsets with the big powerhouses going down because they don't have them players no more.
Yeah, I think you're missing the fundamental fact that everybody's body is not developed when they freshmen and sophomores. Though this is less
That's
than
still
1%
for
that we
3 years.
talking
They
about.
can't go. You got to stay. But still, it doesn't
Yo,
matter. For 3 years and now, make your money. You're making money. There's no complaint. You can't complain about nothing. And that signing bonus is going to be there. It may be even a little bit bigger by the time you get there. It ain't going to be by much, but it'll be there. And you're making money. Jeremiah leaving with almost $10 million made in 3 years. Man.
So you don't think FanDuel's got a valid point about players like
Oh
him
no,
whose
no.
bodies are
Yeah, he
already
does. Yeah, he has a valid point. That's all good. I ain't tripping about that at all. Yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm just saying they not letting these boys get up out of here. This is the minor league, the NFL minor league. NFL minor league is college football. You're doing
hey, look,
3 years.
this conversation was good to stretch it to the marker.
That's
yeah.
what the plan was.
I
Y'all
mean,
got the human stretcher out here.
you got the human stretcher right here, huh?
Yeah. Y'all know we can get there easy. That ain't nothing.
Right. I mean, I guess I feel like, man, whenever you got a player like, let's just take Jeremiah Smith for instance, after his freshman year, if he decides that he want to go, and we know that he got the body type that he could do it, and he goes, we already know that Ohio State got another player coming in behind him. He might not be Jeremiah Smith, but he's still going to be a top-notch wide receiver. So they're going to always be a replenish. So if you got a player like that on your team, you already automatically know he's at a really, really good university and that they're going to have somebody who's going to be able to come in behind him. So the game's not really going to lose that much, I don't think. But I do get your point that they do need to get their bodies fully developed. In 3 years, usually is when that happens. I guess we'll have to wait and see if that rule ever changes because I'm quite sure somebody's going to challenge it at some point. But your point about the NIL, keep
Loretta
putting
already
music
did a
on.
long time ago, and we see how that went for him. His whole life just spiraled down just because he challenged the NFL. That ain't good. I don't think nobody gonna try that again. And especially now that they getting money too.
Yeah,
Like,
now
oh, y'all wanna play with us, huh? Y'all ain't see what we did to Claret? Yeah.
well, we know B-ball will stay one and done, as Parlay Post said in a Blitzburg podcast. Basketball gonna stay one and done.
Yeah, because basketball is easier for them to go straight to the league. They really don't even need the one. They just did that for college. You know what I mean? They just did that to help college out a little bit, and I think it did help. Instead of letting players go straight to, they got to at least go and do 1 year. Could you imagine if we were able to get 1 year from LeBron at Ohio State? How crazy that would have been! It would have been like bigger than Carmelo Anthony at Syracuse. And we see how that turned out for him.
Yeah, I don't like the one and done rule either. I think that needs a committee too.
But here's the thing about all of this. All of it is dumb. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's all dumb. You have all these other sports. You can enter what, tennis at 15? Wasn't it golf? Ain't tennis golf? You can get out there. Wasn't Tiger and Venus and all them, weren't they like 15 years old? When they was in the league playing? Soccer players can go like even before they 18. Baseball players, like, but football and basketball, no. But everybody else, hockey, I believe hockey, you don't have to
What,
be 1 year in college for hockey.
what's the
I mean,
fundamental facts behind all these sports that you're talking about?
there
What's the
there is,
fundamental fact behind it?
man, I don't care what it is, you're still going against grown adults, however old you are. And it's either you can play or you can't.
No, T-Wine, listen to my question. Why do you think it is that basketball and football has these stimulations and no other sport does? You know the answer.
Because it's just more of us, and they're not just trying to have this something just for more of us to just be making all of this money just freely whenever we want to.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
we all know what it is. I definitely wasn't trying to sugarcoat nothing. But in every other sport, you can go professional. You don't have to go get nothing. And then some sports you can still be in high school. But the sports that we dominate, we gotta go to college. We gotta go to college. It is what it is. The saga continues.
And they also know, some of us don't got the grades for the college. I seen a bunch
They
of
just
guys growing up.
how many ever off they can.
Yeah, they
Not
they trying to
many
pick
off
them out. Yep.
and it's all right. Everybody just gotta keep working. That's what we do. We gotta turn the other cheek and still just keep working.
All right, y'all. All right. Do y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we go ahead and end the stream?
Think we did our thing, man. We made it. We did it
Sure.
again.
About to
What
tap
time?
into this OKC game. The
Yeah, what
OKC
time y'all
Houston.
going on tomorrow, FanDuel, eh?
I'm gonna get with Poe. I don't know yet. Yeah, I might be. We might be able to go early tomorrow because it ain't no kids.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir. Yes, sir. Basketball and margaritas.
He said basketball margaritas. All
Ain't
right,
got
y'all.
no
Well, I
kids.
appreciate y'all being able to tune in this evening, man. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. Enjoy this first day of basketball in the NBA. And we'll see
Uh,
y'all again tomorrow with my man FanDuel Zaya and Parlay Poe when they do their show. Parlay Poe with the bread, FanDuel Zaya covers the spread. And then we'll be back again on Thursday for another edition of um, the Thursday night forecast. But we'll go ahead and do our previews on all the weekend's games in college football and Thursday night football. So make sure y'all turn in. And thanks again for helping us to reach our 3,000 watch hours here on YouTube and for allowing us to be able to start getting super chats and whatnot. So hopefully once we make it to 4,000 watch hours, which is we got to get a little bit less than 1,000 more watch hours to go to get to 4,000. Continue to share our videos, continue to play our videos, and help us to reach that milestone. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening, and we'll be talking again soon.
sir, we appreciate y'all. Y'all know how we do. We was in the building. Now we out. Peace out. I love y'all, man.
Love you
Love you
too,
too,
bro.
family.
All
One
right.
time.
All right. Peace.
There we go.